originally from New Jersey, Plainfield, New Jersey. So
Lived in Chicago.
In Iowa.
From Ottawa, Canada.
Los Angeles, where I was from, the punk community, we produce our own media, and we actually networked with each other as a way of generating our own information.
when I was a teenager, I was not really thinking about getting information about the global community too much. So
I was too in my head as a kid. I wasn't even educated that much. I was just like being a regular teenager.
I think when I was a teenager, I wasn't that aware of being part of a global community. I was more focused on the social world in my immediate community of my high school and my family and maybe extended family.
News programs, watching the network news once in a while with my parents. I didn't do that much on my own. I listened to the radio a lot, mainly for music. So music channels sometimes might have a little news clip, and I'd hear that a little bit.
I guess my earliest recollection is just watching the news.
Even
YouTube came out like for the first time, and that was I think a time for me to like kind of explore different places without
That's
I think
true.
TV
Or even
was the first
TV,
source.
yeah.
To newspapers and TV news, magazines, in terms of mainstream media. So
my information about the world that I was looking for came from comic books, came from listening to records, LP rec albums, or 45, something like that, watching TV.
that influenced me was The Clash. And The Clash was interesting because they spent time in Jamaica, and they played reggae, they also played punk.
There was what we called the Kent State Massacre, where college students were killed by the National Guard.
Where I was in the hardcore scene was very multicultural.
8th grade, the Berlin Wall came down, so that was a big one.
And protesting the war. And that's the first time that it became personal for me, because it was so close to where I lived, and seeing the news coverage of that, which tied back to global events.
7 in a Kmart with my dad when you would walk into a room and that's when you would buy the TVs. And all the TVs, again, 1977, they all announced that Elvis had died.
Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack.
As a teenager, it was before that, I was a little bit younger, that made me feel connected to the rest of the world, and that was watching the moon landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll.
At that point, somehow I knew that there were people all over the world watching this moment at the same time I was watching this